Hey everybody, I decided I would make you a hopefully brief little video to tell you what my expectations are for you today and also on Friday. Even though I'm not going to be there, you still have an assignment that needs to be done as though you were in class. You can either meet in the classroom. I will not let them know I'm not coming, so you can get in there if you want. Or if you have each other's contact information and you want to meet at a Starbucks or the library or any place at all, but you still have some stuff you need to get done. It must get done as though you were in class. It must get done before Friday morning because Friday morning you're going to need the work that you're doing today. Your task for today is to complete your research inquiry plan. The research inquiry plan that you create will actually guide your entire project from here on out. I'm letting you create the plan. You are working on a subject matter that you picked. We are now looking not generically anymore at the subject matter, but on how that subject matter applies or manifests itself in the Edison East Lake community. I gave you a template, which is in the announcements, and also it is in the Dropbox where this assignment gets turned in, that you can use to copy it. Your research plan should have those same components. And I also gave you starter questions for your research and starter sources, and those are in the project instructions, which I handed out, but I have also attached them to, again, the assignment for today in the Dropbox, which, if you are not familiar with the Dropbox, it's a link on the left-hand side of Blackboard. Along with the questions that I gave you, you need to create some questions of your own that will help you get more specific or deep into the subject matter. I need you to make those questions not just out of your head or thin air right now, but based on the concepts and relationships between concepts that you identified over the last couple of class periods during our systems drawing exercise. If you open up your drawing or think back to your drawing if your partner took it away with them, or maybe you should bring your drawing today when you get together, you will be able to see some of the subject matters that you have created, some ideas, concepts, phenomenons, relationship, and you can pick the ones that seem like they might be the most important to studying the Edison East Lake community or getting a handle on this subject matter there. Or you can pick some also that are just because it's your particular area of interest. Okay, it's important. This inquiry plan is actually due Friday morning at 6 a.m. That means you need to have uploaded it into the Dropbox by 6 a.m. Friday morning. I'm hoping that you will get this thing done actually today, but if for some reason you don't, you can continue to work on it together and just make sure it's in Friday morning. Now, why 6 a.m.? Well, I don't know, because I want to make sure that you have it done in time to use it on Friday. So let me just make a couple of points. This research inquiry plan is a team project. You only need one inquiry plan, but I want everyone to turn that same inquiry plan into the Dropbox. In other words, if there are 3 people on your team, you only have one inquiry plan, but all 3 of you need to upload a copy of it into the Dropbox. I want to remind you that this is not just worth the 10 points for today, October 31st attendance. It is also worth 50 points because this inquiry plan is important to the rest of your project. In other words, it's your blueprint for the rest of your project. And I will give you feedback. I'm sure they'll all be great because you've already done the work to think through the subject matter in the systems thinking drawing exercises, and you have a template for what it should look like. So using those 2 things and a little bit of brain matter, I think they'll all be great, but I will give you feedback if I need to. Again, you need this finished before Friday because Friday is your first foray into Edison and East Lake. Obviously, you're going to need to talk with your team members about how you're going to get there. Hopefully somebody drives and can take everybody out there as a carpool, or you can meet there. If not, you can Uber over together from ASU. You can take a bus, and you can find the bus schedule on Valley Metro. I am not sure where the closest light rail stop is. You may want to check that out as well. Once you get there, what are you going to do? Well, you should definitely check out Sidney P. Osborne if you did not make it there the first time. And again, you want to do this during daylight hours. You want to be wearing your ASU t-shirt and bring your clipboard. And if you have not done the walking audit, you may want to walk through there and do your walking audit, because that does need to be turned into the Dropbox. Then, depending on what your area of research is, that will kind of guide what else you might want to do on your first foray over there. If you are sorry, I got distracted by something. If you're studying, for example, schools, you will want to look on a map before you go to see where the schools are, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. You will want to drive and look at where they are, what the neighborhoods are like, etc. If you have time, you will probably want to stop and walk into one of the schools and ask them if there's somebody who can help you get information on the demographics of the school, and what groups, what percentage graduate and go on to college and that sort of thing. All right, so take pictures, and if your team would rather do this over the weekend than on Friday, you are free to make that arrangement. And then after you've done this, you need to email me, tell me only one email, tell me who the people were in your group who attended and what you did, and send me a picture from your outing. And that's pretty much it. If you have questions, please mail me. Have a great day, and I'm sorry I'm not there with you today.